There's no arguing that.
You said several times we should have sent someone higher than the ambassador. I haven't
With
heard
a higher profile than the ambassador, that's correct.
question. Why didn't you?
Well, Ed, I've sort of tried to describe to you exactly the situation here. That we're talking about a march that came together with essentially 36 hours notice, and a march that occurred outdoors with an obviously very large number of people who participated. We are mindful anytime the president goes to a public place, or the vice president for that matter, that we don't want to, or at least we want to try to mitigate the impact that the security precautions would have on those who are participating in this public event. And there's no doubt that had the president or vice president on this very short time frame gone to participate in this event that took place outdoors with more than 1 million people in attendance, that it would have significantly impacted the ability of those who were attending the march to participate in the way that they did yesterday.
Everyone in this room would acknowledge the president's safety is of utmost. It's not an issue at all. Of course his security is important, and you don't want to detract from the event. How do you explain then that the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, he made it there? He's a huge target, obviously, unfortunately.
Well, I will allow the Israelis to discuss what security precautions they had in place.
Dozens of leaders from countries that are very important. They're not America, but very important.
I'm not
How did they
suggesting that
make
they
it
aren't at
there?
all.
How did they make it there?
Ed, you should talk to them about the security precautions they have in place. You've been to enough, look, you have been to enough events where the president is attending a conference or a summit with other world leaders, and I think that you have seen firsthand that the security precautions that are in place for the president of the United States, this has been true of previous presidents too, are sometimes more onerous than the precautions that are put in place for other world leaders.
In the Mandela funeral, there are dozens and dozens of leaders. The American security might be more, but it comes up in short notice. Unfortunately, Mandela dies, and you wanted to be there. You made it.
Well,
how did that come together?
The difference with President Mandela is that there had been discussions that have been ongoing for, frankly, a number of years about the ceremony that would take place in the event of his death. And so there was a much clearer, that's right, but there was a much clearer a plan that was already in place that could be followed for executing that event on a short time frame. There obviously was nothing in place because I don't think anybody contemplated the kind of attack that we saw in Paris.
You said the president personally wishes he would have liked to have gone. Why didn't he? What was he doing on Sunday? We haven't gotten an accounting of what the president did Sunday.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to the president about what he did yesterday.
I mean, you obviously prepared for this, and you've said many times the most transparent administration. What was the president doing?
I guess I prepared for a lot of questions today, but I did not prepare for a question based on what the president was actually doing yesterday.
Okay.
I didn't.